Welcome back. In the last video, we set up and configured our LAMP stack. Now we want to start with the process of installing WordPress. First, I'll clear my screen here. And I will update my engine by typing this command. Next, I will install some PHP dependencies required to run WordPress on our server. We installed PHP in the previous video, but we didn't install these dependencies. We could have done this during the installation too, but I will just paste the command right here. And I'm going to install these dependencies. Yes, I do want to. Now I've installed these packages. Let me restart our PHP. To do this, we're going to use the same command. Okay, and let me restart our server by using sudo. Okay, now that we've installed and we've updated our package, let us go to WP-CLI website so we can install WP-CLI. I'll go back to my browser, I'll open a new tab, and I'm going to go to wp-cli.org. To install WP-CLI, let's scroll down and we'll copy this line. I'm going to copy this. I'll go back to my terminal and I'm going to do sudo. This will install the WP-CLI command. Let me go back to the website. We'll copy this line and we'll move this to our bin directory so we can use the WP command. So let's test our WP CLI installation. We'll do that by using this command. Now, if you can see this, you've successfully installed WP CLI. Now that we've installed WP CLI, let's go back to my SQL and create a database for our WordPress installation. I'll do that by doing sudo mysql. And I'm going to create a new database by copying and pasting this command. This will create a new database with the name lamps_CLI. We can run this command to show our database. There's a mistake. So you can see that we have a new database here, lamp_CLI. Let me exit my SQL and I'm going to clear my screen. So now we want to install WordPress on our web server. If you're going to have just one website, you can install it directly in the root directory of the website, which is what I'm going to do right here. But if you're going to have multiple installation on your instance, you have to create a directory for each one and then create a symbolic link to link them to the directory. But for now, I'm going to go to this root directory. Then I'm going to run the wp command that installs WordPress. To do that, okay, first let me list the files, and I would like to remove the index.php file because WordPress comes with its own index.php file. So to remove this file, I'm going to do if I list now, the file is no longer there. So before I run this command, let me change the ownership of this directory to the user currently logged in into our system. I can do that by running this command. This is the current user logged in. So I can now run the wp command without the allow root flag. So to install WordPress, I'm going to use this command, wp download call. Okay, it should be wp call download. And it's downloading the latest version of WordPress. And we've successfully downloaded WordPress. To install this WordPress, I'm going to use the wp command to configure our WordPress. So the first thing I have to do is to do wp call config. Then I'm going to use the prompt flag so it can prompt me for the value in the configuration file. So the first thing it's asking me is the name of our database. The database we created is called lamp_cli, and the DB user, it's the user I created earlier. My password is my DB host is localhost. DB prefix, I'll use wp underscore. I'll leave this the way it is. I'll leave this as the default. I'll leave this as the default. Do I want extra PHP? No, I don't. No, I don't want to skip salt. No, I don't want to skip the check. You can choose your own value here. Now the wp config file has been successfully generated. If we can list our files, we can list our files by using the ls command. So we can see our WordPress files right here. We have our index.php, wp admin folder, wp content folder, and we have our wp config file somewhere here. So to install this WordPress, we have to do the same, wp call install. Then we can do the prompt flag. Let me go back to my web browser so we see what we currently have on our page. If we go here and we refresh the page, you see that we have the WordPress installation page. But I want to install this from the command prompt. So I'll go back to my command prompt and I'll run this command. So now it's asking me for my site URL. We're going to use this IP address, which will be changed later on. But for now, we're going to use our IP address. So I'm going to copy and paste it here. My site title will be LAMP on Google Cloud. I don't know, I'm just going to leave it like that. Admin username, I'm going to call it admin. The admin password, then I'm going to use the password. Admin email, so I'm going to use test at useremail.com. I'm just using a default email. Skip email, yes. And yeah, we've successfully installed WordPress. So if we go back to our IP address, I remove this and I refresh this page, we should see our WordPress installation right here. And we can go to the admin page by going to wp-admin. Now you can see that we've successfully logged in into WordPress, and I can log in as the admin and using the password. So you can see. Next thing I would like to do is to install a plugin from the command prompt. So I'll go back to my command prompt. Let me clear my screen. And I'll do wp plugin install. Here you have to use the plugin slug. Let me install classic editor, which is classic-editor. And this will download the plugin and install it on our website. So if I go back and I click on plugins, you can see that we have classic editor installed here but not activated. So activate this plugin via the command line. We use wp plugin activate, then the plugin slug, which is so we've activated the plugin. If I go back and I refresh this page, you see like our plugin is activated. Now that we have our WordPress installed and set up, let's check our pages. We can go to page, we can click on this, and we can visit any of the page to see our pages. But if we change our permalinks to the post name, we're going to have error. This page will return 404. So if I refresh, if I go back to this page and I click on this page, you see that we have sample page right here. So if I check this URL, I'm going to get a 404 error page. This is because we still need to tell Nginx how to undo URL from our WordPress site. So we need to go back to our Nginx configuration file and edit it. So I'll go back to my terminal and I'll open the configuration file by doing so I need to come here where we have try files here. Let me comment this one out and create a new one. So I'll come down. Now just repeat the same thing. So I'm going to do try underscore files, then the URI, then the URI again, /, then /index.php. Don't forget the semicolon. And I'm going to save this file by pressing Ctrl-O, the Enter key, and Ctrl-X. Then let me restart my Nginx by using the command. So if I go back to my page, I can refresh my page here. And now if I check this page, I should see this page right here. So this is how to set up WordPress using WP CLI on your Google VM instance. In our next video, we'll be pointing this IP address to a domain name using Google Cloud DNS. Thank you.